Welcome to the Miskatonic Region, a newbie-friendly Mage the Awakening podcast set in a world that is an homage to the works of H.P. Lovecraft. This is Chapter 0, a behind-the-scenes overview of one of our character sheets, Tartarus, as built and played by SysTBC.
Alright, so let's talk about your character, starting with the basic details. So, who is your character, like, not race and class, because we're not playing D&D, but, like, your path, your order, your legacy, the basics of like, what arcana you're looking to use, just, like, the basics on the sheet. Lay it on me. What do you got?
Alrighty, so, let's begin with names. Names are good.
Names are good?
Alright, so, he comes from the Luxford family. His first name goes by Damien in normal circles.
Damien Luxford. This is the first time I've heard this character's name, actually, like, because when I left off with helping him make his sheet, we didn't know the names. All right, so Damien Luxford.
Yes, you left me to fend for myself with Matt.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Okay, so his shadow name goes by the name of Tartarus.
Tartarus?
Tartarus.
Yes. Tell me about the name. What does it mean?
All right, so traditionally speaking, the Tartarus is basically the prison of the gods in ancient Greek and Roman mythology. Basically, where the dungeon of torment, suffering for the wicked, as prisons for the titans.
Do you know why your choice of shadow name is significant? So, mages take shadow names to mask their true names. Your true name is actually the name that is Damien. Like, Damien Luxford would be your character's true name.
Yes,
it's very important that no other mage ever find that out. That's a very important and personal piece of information to you, because it could be used to target you with spells. That's the practical purpose behind a shadow name, but a shadow name is so much more than that. Everything in Mage, in the universe of Mage, has symbolism. It has resonance and essence and all these mystical things that are, like, that's your character's flavor. And the more that you incorporate that shadow name into your magical practice and so forth, the more you will become like that shadow name. And your life and your life story become entwined with that. So basically, the mage is picking a symbol, knowing that they will eventually become one with that symbol in a very poetic sort of way.
Right. Okay, so to explain further, he has a legacy by the name, it goes by Logophage, basically the secret eaters, the secret destroyers.
Yeah, the Logophages, for people who are lore nuts for Mage, the Logophages are among the most reviled of the left-handed paths. We'll get into this. I'll put a segment out on the specific setting, but the Logophages have a special place in the Concilium, in the Mage body of people that this game will be taking place surrounding, because we're going to be drawing a lot on Lovecraft lore, and the Logophages wind up actually playing a very protective and healthy role in the society we'll be a part of. But yeah, they're the ones that, like, they obliterate truth, and most mages hate them for that.
So that brings me back to the actual shadow name Tartarus, where, as I said, that's where the souls of the damned go, where secrets go to die.
Right. Okay. Ooh. You know what's great is that I used to play characters in my World of Darkness text play that played a lot on those themes, so I actually have a lot of practice, like, the secrets that have been long forgotten, and the graves and the keepers of all that. Oh, it's so juicy. I'm so happy right now. Okay, so that's his name and his shadow name. What about his path?
All right, so he's let me pronounce this correctly. Moros.
Moros. I actually don't know. I don't know how it's supposed to be properly strained, but Moros is how I've always said it. And they are seen as the alchemists and the necromancers, depending on who you talk to at what time.
Yes. And, basically, they specialize in that of death and matter, which are his ruling arcanas.
Okay. And speaking of arcana, the kinds of magic he practices, what kinds of arcana? What are his current arcana rating?
All right, so Def 3,
Okay.
Matter 2, and as his bonus arcana, that's that all mages should know, is Primal 1.
Literally anybody who takes dots in Prime says this is what every mage should know. It's pretty funny. That's part of why Obramos are so fucking entitled, but we're going to talk about that later. All right, and then that leaves your order.
Yes. Guardians of the Veil is his order.
Okay, so where, again, I gotta remember that a lot of people who are probably gonna be listening to this don't know much about Mage, and I'm gonna be telling people that they can listen to this without knowing much about Mage, because I'm going to explain a lot of Mage as we go along. Your path is basically, you don't get, the character doesn't get to choose their path. Their path is their innate magical calling. There are 5 paths, and based on which one you have, it makes you innately more in tune with particular kinds of magic and inhibits your ability to practice other kinds of magic. So his path is Moros. Your order is the group of mages that you that your ideologies match with, and the Guardians of the Veil are a good way to describe them is like they're self-sacrificing secret police. They are the Men in Black of Mage, and they get involved in kinds of all kinds of spy games, and they've got a lot of like deep religious lore, and they help. They call the Guardians of the Veil. Part of their role in mage society is they protect the secret of the existence of mages so that it can't come to backfire on mages themselves and can't hurt I'm going to use the term muggles, but muggles and sleepers are basically the same word. Basically, if the muggles ever found out that magic was real, it would scar their souls, because that's what seeing magic does. And so they protect the sleepers, as well as protecting mages from the information getting out. And then, let's see, what else was I just explaining? You were saying that you were guarding the veil. Do you have any specific merits or flaws that you feel are important?
Yep.
Okay.
Occultation, 3.
Occultation, I remember, is the one that makes you super hard to track. Like, people tend to forget your face, your paperwork gets mangled up so that it's a PI would never be able to find you because you just, by happenstance, don't leave a trail. Yep.
Pretty much.
For more forbidden lore and behind-the-scenes content, keep your eyes peeled for more Chapter 0. If you were hoping to feast upon the maddening tale of magic and mystery, turn to Chapter 1. If you dare.